From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Friday, March 15th. Indiana is reeling after tornadoes hit the state yesterday. This morning, the weather is a bit better. No severe weather expected. Could be a little bit drizzly this morning. Much cooler air out there, though. The temps will be getting around the mid-50s this afternoon. The highs will be the low to mid-60s, and we're going to get a big cool down this weekend. The breaking news this morning brings broken hearts, flattened homes, and people hurt, and possibly worse, in several Indiana communities. We have video capturing the fury of the storms and the aftermath. The scope of the disaster is unfolding right now. Selma was hit just outside of Muncie, and Winchester, that's about 15 miles east. At this early morning hour, there's been confusion among authorities. Some officials initially confirmed 3 deaths, only to have state police back away from that overnight. Now, a bit of clarification. The Randolph County Sheriff tells us at least 38 people are injured, and 12 of them have been sent to the hospital. We have team coverage this morning with Hernan Gutierrez in Winchester and Colin Bailey in Selma, scouring the damage as the sun comes up. Several videos, we have them on Wish TV and wishtv.com. They make it clear how much of that damage is from a tornado. Viewer Quentin Yarger captured a twister in Winchester as it charged through Randolph County. Let's go to Hernan Gutierrez, who is tracking the damage there.
Hi guys, good morning. Yeah, so right now we are on Western Avenue, and I'll have you guys point out this tree over here, completely uprooted, and that's kind of a lot of what we've been seeing on this street specifically. A lot of houses had shingles torn off of them, and on the corner over here you can see that this house completely collapsed on itself. A neighbor here telling me that they had to rescue someone, and a lot of homeowners now at this point coming in, assessing the damage themselves. I'm going to introduce you guys to Brian Orr. He's a resident here in Winchester. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. First of all, I'm glad to hear that you're okay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you heard last night, and then we'll kind of walk around back because you can show some of the damage on your house.
I just heard the wind starting to pick up, and I thought I needed to get in. I was watching the lightning, and so when I got in, as soon as I got in my back door, my screen door just slammed right open, and I said, now's the time I need to get in, because I knew it was serious, but I've never been in one, so I headed straight for my closet, and next thing I knew, I heard trees and everything. I thought these 2 trees here in my front yard were in my house. I didn't really think I was going to make it out, and it's still in good shape. I mean, it's still standing, and that's a good thing compared to some of my neighbors. So, and I want to say that the fire department and rescue and the police department were impeccable. I mean, you never think about them sometimes, and they were here all night long, just back and forth checking properties and checking to make sure everybody was safe. And it was a pretty intense storm. I don't know how big it was or anything like that, but I don't think I ever want to live through. I don't ever want to see another one. I mean, I've lived here since 1970 and never had a tornado. Never.
Wow. Well, Brian, thank you for joining us this morning, and I'm really glad to hear that you're okay. Again, we are set to learn a little bit more. The Randolph County Sheriff's Department said that at about 9:30 they're going to be holding another briefing for us here in Winchester. Reporting in Winchester, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Grandchildren are here in Winchester, Indiana. They were at their other grandmother's house, and there is live wire all around their home, and they cannot leave their home or step outside.
That's Tammy Pruitt. She lives in Randolph County and works at the health department. She tells us family members got trapped in the storm and they're all okay, but their plight points to the dangers that linger long after the winds stop. Indiana Task Force 1 is now in Randolph County, helping with the search and rescue efforts. They posted video this morning on social media of crews leaving. Winchester Community High School and Willard Elementary School are now open as shelters to help anyone in need. Indiana State Police are also saying roads in Winchester are closed for essential personnel only. State Road 32 from US 27 is shut down. That means no one other than first responders should be on that road. Also, US 27 from County Road 100 South to County Road 300 North is blocked, and traffic involving semis is being diverted onto State Road 28 until further notice. In Selma, authorities say nearly half of all of the buildings in town are damaged. Selma is in eastern Delaware County along State Road 32. Fewer than 1,000 people live there, and nearly all of them are certain to be directly affected by the crisis. Colin Bailey has our coverage there.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of people just kind of observing what transpired last night. Actually, my photog and I, Jeff, were just talking. We just heard some chainsaws that sounded like getting fired up, and it seems like a lot of crews are just examining what really happened. As you can see this white house off in the distance. I know we mentioned it about an hour ago, but the sun wasn't fully up yet. That thing was just moved completely off its foundation. It looks like we're standing on Jackson Street right now in both directions. It seems like the road is actually closed. We were just told to move our vehicle actually so the power crews can come through and actually work on some of these power lines that we're standing right next to. But you can see behind me some of these tree limbs are just massive that were brought down from last night's storm. More lines down, just damage to fences, roofs, sheds, you name it here in Selma. Right here on Jackson Street, it was affected, it seems like, of some nature from last night's storm. And so, like I said, we have some neighbors coming out. We're going to try and grab some sound from them from what they experienced last night, hopefully coming up shortly. But for now, I'll toss it back to you both in the studio.
Thousands of people are still without power this morning, as crews say some could be in the dark for a significant amount of time. Let's take a look at the latest power outage numbers. As of 7:45 this morning, Indiana-Michigan Power was reporting more than 5,000 outages in its coverage area. That includes Winchester and Selma, where those tornadoes hit last night. Duke Energy was reporting just under 100 of its customers are still without power. Southern Indiana is reeling from tornado damage too, with problems both outside and inside. One jarring view is debris impaled a door of a home in Hanover, just west of Madison, along the Ohio River. The News 8 crew we sent to the scene captured the damage and compelling stories. One man describes what it was like when the storm hit his house.
Train sound they talk about, and so I started for the kitchen. And I didn't get, it kept getting loud, and I heard windows popping, so I dropped down on the floor. And by the time I got to the floor, it was almost, the sound stopped, and the ceiling, it popped the ceilings out. All the insulation came down on me.
State police say several people are hurt, but they have not yet given a firm count or said how badly anyone has been injured. We did speak with state police this morning. Here's part of that interview.
It's heartbreaking to see some of the damage. Unfortunately, in this situation where we're at, luckily no serious injuries or fatalities from our storms that went through our area. So a lot of people in disbelief, going to have a long cleanup ahead of them. And, the thing we're seeing through all this, which is what we expect, is kind of that Hoosier spirit where everybody's helping each other. I couldn't count the number of people that were coming out from neighboring homes to help their neighbors. And it was good to see in a situation like this that everyone's willing to pitch in and help each other.
We will continue to follow this breaking news on wishtv.com all day. In other news, ITMate is documenting the newest legal twist in the Delphi murders case. Attorneys for the accused killer are making more accusations about the investigation that led to his arrest. ITMate sat down with the host of the Murder Sheet podcast for perspective on the filings from Richard Allen's team, alleging that law enforcement officials intentionally withheld information from the judge who signed the search warrants on Allen's house. Specifically, they contend investigators did not tell the judge that 3 cell phones pinged near the murder scene at the time of the killings, and none of them were linked to Allen. Allen's team also accuses state police of intentionally leaving out key information from an interview with a Purdue professor about the possibility that the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German were ritualistic killings.
I would be interested to hear the interview for ourselves and to see oftentimes different people summarize things different ways.
The next court hearing in the case is scheduled for Monday, but the defense has asked for it to be pushed back. Here in Indianapolis, the 42nd annual St. Patrick's Day Parade kicks off this morning. Festivities start at 9:30 downtown on North Street. That's between Meridian and Pennsylvania. The parade will step off at 11:30 and be full of Irish floats, marching bands, and dancers. Jeremy and I will actually be in today's parade, so come say hi if you see us. Today's event is free to go to and will happen rain or shine. St. Patrick's Day weekend celebrations started early yesterday as the downtown canal was dyed green. Mayor Joe Hogsett was joined by this year's Irish Person of the Year and the executive director of the Hoosier Lottery to pour in the dye. Many Hoosiers came out to enjoy the dyeing and live entertainment from Irish bands. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.